Hey there, hey there. I do apologize for the delay and the time it has taken me to get this last part of the series to you all. But like I said in the balance portion of this series, we all know shit happens. However, although shit happens that may slow us down temporarily, that does not mean that we completely give up on our goal. We just have to shift, pivot, and refocus. Okay, so I hope you heard that. Cool. Let's move on into this topic of self care, which is the last part in the three-part series that I started last week, but was not able to finish the sequence consecutively, which is what I like to do because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I apologize. But I want to talk to you all about self care and finish up that series. So, what is self care? The term has maybe become rather cliche and often gets thrown around out of context. Sometimes I wonder if people actually understand the term and what it means, or if they can define what it means for themselves personally. Well, to end this part of the alignment and balance series, I would like to be able to tell you a little bit about self care and what it is from my perspective as a coach and as a human being, and to also provide some examples of how I practice self care and why I believe it is vitally important. I will also share with you tips on how to establish your own self care regimen or ritual. Additionally, I would like to offer my 7 chakra activation, which includes the mantra and the chant and sound that I use as a self care practice to balance my energy through the chakras. It's been very helpful to me. And this will be accessible to you as a downloadable MP4 available on my Patreon page. And the link will be provided in the About tab of my YouTube page. So, when it comes to being in alignment and living a balanced life, self care is extremely important, as I said before. It's like the icing on the wellness cake, because it basically solidifies the other two components. Practicing self care, allows us to connect with ourselves on a deeper level and to align with and present the best versions of ourselves. Having been a divorced mother of 4 very active, busy kids that were athletes and academic honors, thankfully they're adults now. I know the challenges of being a full-time working mom, trying to maintain some monochrome of a social life and pursuing other passions as well in between catering to the kids. I totally get the sentiment of self care as being some kind of anomaly and seemingly out of reach when your plate is so full. But you know what the flip side of neglecting self care is? It's depletion. And I'm not only speaking, to working moms, but students, entrepreneurs, artists, rappers, music entertainers, women, any men, and everyone who is essentially burning the candle at both ends and just essentially drained from it all because you haven't learned the art of pulling away and re-energizing. Yes, you're probably functional, but in what capacity are you functional? Like a robot on the verge of burnout? Self-care also affects our clarity. And clarity is necessary in reaching solutions and problem solving in our work life and or careers. Most often, when we're scatterbrained and lack focus or balance, it bleeds out into our work environment and adversely affects our productivity. When we neglect to proactively take that time for ourselves, We may also begin to show signs of stress, overwhelm, lack of energy. And these things show up in our work, our quality of work. Our quality of work begins to decline along with productivity. Neglecting to take time for ourselves can also show up negatively in our interactions with others. And we might find ourselves lacking patience, being short with people, bored or uninterested, and feeling we are just going through the motions, but not really present. Taking care of ourselves is an important practice to implement. Reason being is because, taking care of you first has a trickle down effect and it touches every other part of your life and those connected to you. When we're not taking care of ourselves first and making sure that we are grounded, making sure we are in a good mindset and also are physically healthy, then we're not bringing our best, most clear, most focused, and most balanced selves to others or to our work or any other endeavors we pursue. But most importantly, we're not bringing or giving our best to ourselves. And self care is not selfishness. It's the art of taking care of you mentally, physically, emotionally. Making sure to fill your cup before trying to pour into the cup of others or trying to pour into tasks, endeavors, projects from a reserve that's thick, convoluted. That's the only way I know how to put it, like lacking in flow. I have to say it again, self care is not selfishness. No, I've been accused of acting selfishly in the past. When I asserted myself, acknowledged my needs, and acted on implementing solutions, to my depleted self. And initially, this was not well received by those that were supposed to support me. And I was told I was being selfish and not thinking of others. I had to let the naysayers know that is exactly what I am not doing. I am absolutely thinking about others because if I do not regularly make time to steal away, you won't like me when I get done losing it. And you're in my path. Excuse me, I digress. Self care is vital to our well being. It's not a selfish act. Because when it's practiced, it serves as an actionable premise. You're setting a premise that establishes a precedence for response that we establish in our lives, like a go to, like a solution to allow release and opportunity to refresh, re energize, and realign with our highest good for those times that we notice changes in our energy, our productivity, our quality of life, and creativity when it's diminished. We have a reset. Bottom line, beautiful humans, is that having peace of mind and finding ways to be in that place as often as possible opens you up for good, for solutions, for creativity, for communication, receptivity, for presence. Just feeling good in all of your tasks and interactions and whatever you're pursuing. Practicing self care can help with that. And it's actually conducive to your overall well being. It adds quality to your life because you've found yourself worthy enough to love on and spend time with. You've made an investment in yourself. And the return on that investment is huge and will yield an abundant return as you are living, being a light in your world, that good, vibing, loving, productive human source of many connections, many tasks and responsibilities, etc., that are associated with you. Please know and understand taking care of you first energetically will affect everything that you are a part of, that you touched. And when you are better, your life gets better overall. So try to find a way to implement a self care routine into your life. If you need or want to dive deeper into the aspect of self care, identifying your energy drains, or simply receiving a private coaching session and guidance on another topic or issue or challenge that you might face, I am available for hourly coaching virtually. Just reach out to me via email in the Abouts tab on my YouTube channel, or check out my Patreon page, and the link will be accessible to you. Additionally, if you go to my Patreon page, you'll be able to download the 7 chakras balance and activation meditation that I created. And it's available for you to download if you like. Um, there are practical resources available in PDF or MP4 on my page as well. So I hope that you'll check it out. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time, beautiful humans. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Make it a great week. Ciao.